celebrate past events, but we recreate past events and imbue and endow them with a contemporary relevance.
I hear yours too.
Mine are learning. They're inside. So tonight, the fifth night, it's interesting that there's a dispute as to who we invite tonight. According to the Arizal, we invite in Aaron HaKohen, and according to the regular Nusach Ashkenaz, we invite in Moshe. Again, everything has to do with whether or not you include Yosef in the Ushpizin or not. But the truth is, all right, for most of us probably follow the general minhag Ashkenaz. So tonight we invite Moshe Rabbeinu, Rayi Yisrael, the shepherd of the Jewish people, to join us here in the Sukkah. And the Arizal says something astounding. The Arizal says that the Ushpizin only works if you invite them. Moshe Rabbeinu is not going to show up to your Sukkah uninvited. Moshe Rabbeinu will only be a part of your Sukkah tonight is if you invite him specifically by name, Moshe Rabbeinu Rayo de Mehemna, the trustworthy shepherd of the Jewish people. I invite you to come into my Sukkah. So asks the Baal Shem Tov. Why do I have to invite Moshe Rabbeinu? Why can't Moshe Rabbeinu show up on his own? And the Baal Shem Tov says so beautifully, because Kedusha, holiness, doesn't occur by itself. If you want Kedusha, if you want holiness in your life, you have to make room for it. You have to invite it in. You have to make space. You have to draw it to you. Holiness is not going to plop into your soul when you're sitting on the couch, leaning back, feet up, remote in your hand, and suddenly, boom, I'm filled with Kedusha. There are times when you should sit back with the remote in your hand, with your feet up. That's good also at times. Person needs to relax. But for holiness, holiness needs to be said. Holiness, Moshe Rabbeinu, Ushpizin, please come and join me in my Sukkah. And just a Maisa, one little story before we go on with the singing. You know, they say about the Divrei Chaim, the Chaim of Santa Rebbe, that at his tish, at his Sukkah's tish, he would leave the seat next to him open. And the story goes that on the first night of Sukkot, sort of Rav Chaim Sanzer's one of his Gevirim, one of his very wealthy Balabatim showed up, and he saw the seat next to the Rebbe was open and said, "Oh, Rebbe, I want to sit there." And the Divrei Chaim of San said, "I'm sorry, you can't sit there, the seat is taken." Seat is taken. So the Chassid is looking throughout the whole night, who's going to come sit in the seat next to the Rebbe? This is the first night of Sukkot. The whole night goes by and no one shows up. The seat remains empty the entire time. So the Chassid goes over to the Divrei Chaim afterwards and he says, "Rebbe, I don't understand. I give a lot of money to the shul. I give a lot of money to the Rebbe. I support whatever the Rebbe wants to do. I am the first stop. He always comes to me. So Rebbe, tell me, there's a seat open next to you. I understand there's somebody more chashuv, but you're going to leave it empty the whole night?" Divrei Chaim says, what do you mean? The seat wasn't empty. Avram Avinu was there. It was the first night of Sukkot. Had such Kedusha in his life, had such holiness awareness, that he saw Avram Avinu sitting with him in his sukkah. So Menachem Mendel of Kotsk, the Kotzker Rav, said, "I'm not like the Divrei Chaim, and I don't see Avram, but I believe that he's there." And sometimes believing is a higher level than seeing. So my dear friends, as we gather here together to celebrate on the fifth night of Sukkot, we're joined tonight by Moshe Rabbeinu. We welcome Moshe. And we say, "Moshe, thank you for doing everything you did for Klal Yisrael. Thank you for giving up all the trappings of a normal life to lead us, to receive the Torah for us. And thank you so much for joining us here in your Sukkah, and our Sukkah. And the same way that we invite Moshe Rabbeinu in, we pledge to ourselves and we pledge to Ribono Shel Olam that this is going to be a year where we're not going to wait for holiness to come to us. Because holiness doesn't show up at your doorstep and say, "Excuse me, can I come and I'd like to visit your soul?" This is going to be a year we're going to invite the holiness into our life. we're going to make room for the Kedusha into our life. We're going to make room for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We're going to make room for His Torah. We're going to make room for His mitzvos.